The Holy Sonnets of John Donne, from which Batter My Heart comes, is an extraordinary and surprising piece. Batter My Heart is perhaps one of the clearest examples of what he does musically, because it's a very simple idea, the idea of batter my heart, and what he does in the rest of the song is to take up that idea of battering.
So we get...
here. In song, the text pushes you all the time to be dramatic and to communicate in a different sort of way. I mean, it's very broken up, it's very bitty. It's a song that goes hither and thither, because it's batter my heart, three-person God, for you as yet, but knock, breathe, shine, and seek to mend, all these different verbs. It's a very cluttered, busy song, and he provides a very cluttered and busy accompaniment to go with it.
You can imagine if, as Britain has taken batter my heart as the motive for the whole song, he's not going to write a very singing legato for the voice.
It's got a lot of consonants in it. You can't sing consonants. If you hear famous opera singers singing, very often they leave the consonants out because they want to make a beautiful sound if they're singing Mozart. I mean, I don't think that's ideal. But you will hear very great singing. Would be the sort of way of singing it.
Batter my heart, free pleasant God, for you has yet but no breathe, shine, and seek to mend. That I may rise and stand, or through and bend your paws, to break me open and make me new. I that have used them down to an hour, that you labor to admit you are to no end. These in your eyes, Roy me should defend, but his captain that proves weak or untrue. Yet dear I love, and would be loving pain, but have betrothed unto your enemy. Tie force me untie, or break that heart again. Take me to you, imprison me, for I, except it for me, never shall be free. Nor ever chaste except to ravish me.
Let's take a song like Whaley Whaley. Can you describe where that comes from and why you enjoy singing it?
Whaley Whaley is, I think, one of the most beautiful folk tunes I've ever heard. It's one of the ones that was collected by Cecil Sharp at the beginning of the century. I think it's a Somerset folk tune and a poem. And what Britain does is to take this folk tune and turn it into a lied, an art song, by providing a wonderful accompaniment, which heightens it incredibly, but it remains simple and folk-like, which I really like, and it lies in a very nice place in the voice because it's quite low, so you don't have to sing it too much. You can sort of keep it very close to speech, I think.
The water is wide, I cannot get on, and neither have I wings to fly. Give me a boat that will carry two. some oak, thinking that he was a trusty tree, but first he bended and then he broke, and so did my false love to me. A ship there is, and she sails the sea. She's loaded deep can be, but not so deep as the love I'm in. I know not if I sink or swim. Love is handsome and love is fine, and love's a jewel while it is new, but when it is old it grows cold and fades away like morning
The composer Hans Werner Henze decided to write a song cycle for you, as I understand it. How did that come about? What's the story behind that?
Henze was having 70th birthday celebrations 5 years ago at Aldborough, because he was a friend of Britain's, not a very close friend, but he knew him, and he'd always had an association with Aldborough. And so they had a whole season of his music, and as part of that, and as I sang some of his settings of W.H. Auden. I mean, Henze was a great friend of Auden's, and Auden had written libretti for him, and the only piano-accompanied songs that Henze had written were these three settings of Auden. And I saw Hans afterwards, and he said, if you record these songs for me, I will write you a song cycle. So I thought, that sounds like a nice idea, to have songs written for me by sort of greatest living German composer. Sounds quite nice. And I think it's nice because I think the fact that Henze had not composed much piano-accompanied songs shows how much the genre has fallen by the wayside among the most sort of, I don't know what the word, the most mainstream composers. I mean, you will find there are minor composers like Ned Rorem, or in fact quite a lot of American composers write piano-accompanied song, but it's quite conservative in its form. You won't find that, Berio or Stockhausen or Ligeti or the great sort of figures of modern music have written that much piano-accompanied song, and it's great that Henze has now.